All right, guys, this is the review for Quiz 7. It is in Module 4. You're going to need paper, pencil, and a calculator to do this review. All right, I want you to list all factors of 240. Now, when you are doing this, you can list them in order, separated by commas, or you could list them in pairs. But when you do this, I want all of your factors listed. All right, so I always go in order. If you just start listing random factors, which are numbers that divide into this, you could be missing some and it becomes a real problem. So I always start with 1 times 240. So there's our first two factors. 2 divides into this because it's even. So 2 times 120. What's our test for divisibility by 3? Well, add these up. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 0 is 6. 6 is divisible by 3. 3 does divide in there. 3 goes into 24 8 times, so this would be 80. 4. I know that 24 is divisible by 4. Okay, so if a number, or 24 divided by 4 is 6, so this will be 60. 5 divides in. Now, if you're using a calculator, you can just do 240 divided by 5, but watch this. We know that 240 is 4 times 60. I know that 60 is 5 times 12. So 5 is right here. 4 times 12 is 48. 5 times 48. 6 goes into 60 10 times. 10 times 4 is 40. 7 does not divide into any of these numbers, so that is not a factor. 8 divides into 40 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. 8 times 30. 9 does not go into any of these numbers, so that is not a factor. 10 does. It's 10 times 24. Okay, that should be a pretty easy one. But 10 goes into 30 3 times. 3 times 8 is 24. 11 does not go into any of these numbers. 12 goes in here. 12 goes into 24 2 times. 2 times 10 is 20. I'm going to skip up here. 13 does not divide into any of these numbers. 14 does not divide into any of these numbers because 7's not a factor. 15 does divide into 30. 15 goes into 30 2 times. 2 times 6 is 16. So 15 times 16 is 240. Since I already have 16, I don't have to look any further. So here are all my factors of 240. Now, you could have listed them 1, 2, 3, the whole list, or you could have done 1 and 240, 2 and 120, 3 and 80. I don't care which way you do it. Orderly is probably best. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 16, 20, 24, etc. All right, now you're going to do the prime factorization of 240. Remember, prime numbers are numbers that are only divisible by 1 and themselves. Go. Well, when I do this, I make a factor tree. And I start with the smallest prime, which is 2. 240 is 2 times 120. 2 is prime, so I circle that. Then I keep factoring. 120 is 2 times 60. I circle that. 60 is 2 times 30. 2 is prime. 30 is 2 times 15. 2 is prime. 15 is 3 times 5. So I circle the 3 and the 5 because they are primes. So here is my prime factorization, but I need to write this in exponential form. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 to the 4th times 3 times 5. That is the prime factorization of 240. All right. Is this sequence arithmetic or geometric? Go. Well, when you're looking at a sequence, you need to figure out arithmetic means you are adding or subtracting. Geometric means you are multiplying or dividing. So you look for a pattern. I always start with adding because I think it's easiest to check. So 8 plus 5 gives me 13. Then I say, okay, well, is the pattern adding 5? Well, 13 plus 5 is 18. 18 plus 5 is 23. 23 plus 5 is 28. So you should have said that that was arithmetic because you are adding. Okay. Part B, what is the next number in this sequence? Go. Well, this is pretty easy. Add 5. The next number in the sequence would be 33. And you could keep going on and on. Okay, 4. Is this sequence arithmetic or geometric? Go. Well, if I check arithmetic first, 7 plus 14 is 21. If you don't know that in your head, do 21 minus 7 and you get 14. Now, if I add 14 to 21, I get 35. My next number is not 35. So right away, I'm thinking it's probably not arithmetic. Let's try multiplication. Well, 7 times what is 21? Well, 7 times 3 is 21. 21 times 3 is 63. 63 times 3 is 189. So this is geometric because we're multiplying. 4b, what would the next number be in the sequence? Go. Well, to find the next number in the sequence, I'm going to multiply 189 times 3, and I get 567. And then you could keep going on and on if you need to. Okay, simplify 25 over 40. 25 over 40. You could write it like that on your paper. It's hard to do that on the smartboard. Go. Well, what is a factor of both of these? 5. I can divide them both by 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 40 divided by 5 is 8. 5/8. The only number that divides into 5 and 8 is 1. So that is simplified. Simplify 24 over 36. Go. Well, I recognize that I can divide these both by 12. 24 divided by 12 is 2. 36 divided by 12 is 3. So 2/3 is completely simplified because the only number that divides into 2 and 3 is 1. Now, let's pretend you were doing this and you said, oh, I can divide these both by 2, which is correct. 2 is a factor. 24 divided by 2 is 12, and 36 divided by 2 is 18. Now, that is a fraction that is not completely simplified, because here I could divide again both by 2 or by 6. You need to keep simplifying until you get down to where there is no common factor. All right, simplify 81 or 18 over 81. Go. Well, in this problem, I can divide both by 9, and I get 2/9. All right, now I need you to find the greatest common factor of 16, 24, and 56. Go. Well, to do this, I'm going to list factors. 16. The factors are 1 and 16, 2 and 8, and 4 times 4. I've listed all my factors of 16. 24. Let's list all of our factors. 1 and 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. And again, since I am going in order, this makes it easy. 5 is not a factor. I already have 6, so I know I have them all listed. Factors of 56. 1 in 56, 2 in 28. 3 does not divide in. How do I know? Because 5 plus 6 is 11. That's not divisible by 3. 4 goes into 28 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14, so 4 and 14. 5 does not divide in because it doesn't end in 0 or 5. 6 is not a factor of any of these numbers. 7 is. 7 times 8 is 56. I have 8, so I know I have all my factors listed. Now, what is the largest number that is in common? All of these? 8, 8, 8. So our greatest common factor is 8. All right, guys. If you understand everything, you're ready to take your quiz. If you need help, please email me and we'll set up a time.